Captain Marvel in her Marvel Zombies uniform. Um, Me personally, it is it's I wouldn't say decent. It's more, it doesn't lack the power that the old uniform has, in my opinion. Uh, they tried to make it relevant since it's a zombie. But if you do not have Weapon Hex zombie uniform, it's kind of a skip. Just because of the immortality and all that stuff that Weapon Hex gives the zombies. So, and it's definitely not going to be good for ABX and ABL, just because it does not have. You have to have shock and I think fracture, and I don't think. Okay, she has snare and fracture. She doesn't have the shock. She doesn't have the burn for ABX, but she does have paralysis and silence. So she has 2 out of 3 for all of them. The seasonal, well, the seasons of ABX, ABL, but Scarlet Witch is going to take the cake on that one. As far as PvP, she does have penetration, but it's on her 3rd skill also. She just doesn't have that survivability for timeline battle. She has damage immunity on the 3rd, a heal, and a ignore iframe on the 4. And she has accumulation on the 5. But I'll probably say you could kind of maybe make her work for like Team Battle Arena and Otherworld Battle, only if you have Weapon Hex's zombie uniform. For World Boss Legend, she does have the energy projection, which there are a few stages of that. And she also has a leadership, so there is that. But as far as Legendary Plus, there's not that many supervillain floors that I have unlocked. But she's not going to really do that much. But we will test her out in World Boss Legend. We're going to go over the build real quick. As you can see, mine has 73,000 energy attack, 23 and 26 energy and physical defense, and 67 HP. Everything except for dodge and crit rate are capped. She does have a few Odins, so there's that. They're not awakened. Her typing is maxed out. She has a stage 12 Power Ranger Hulk. I have a 4-star artifact with the right instinct, but it's more of an ABX artifact, but that was before before Scarlet Witch got her upgrade, and the uniform is at Mythic, with the roles being dodge, energy attack, HP, all defense, and all attack. Now herself, on her uniform effect, has 40% chain hit damage, which is very good for PvP if she could just survive. 40% damage reduction, which is also PvP, and a 55 increased basic damage when attacking characters without the zombie abilities. So, all these effects are for PvP, but like I said, she does not have penetration on any of her skills, and you would have to make her tanky enough to hold out for her tier 3. And she does have, if you have her tier 4, she does have an extra heal and energy attack increase. So, like I said, that's kind of like with Shang-Chi. Kind of an expensive income when it comes to most of these characters for PvP. In which timeline battle, you're going to have to get past Sentry and Null and Wolverine. I'm sorry. Even though Captain Marvel is a universal, Sentry and Null in the universe are the 1 and 2 punches. That's Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali, Jordan and Kobe. I'm sorry, you're not going to touch them unless you have some unless your account are stacked. As far as that goes, Captain Marvel's not going to be able to touch them unless they start banning all three of them, which I highly encourage the devs to start doing. Because 1 week they'll ban Null, but you still have Sentry and Wolverine, or they'll ban Wolverine and so on and so forth. So they need to start banning more of the top dogs so you can use a more variety of characters in Timeline Battle instead of just Otherworld Battle and Team Battle Arena. So that is my opinion on that. So, that being said, we'll do 1 or 2 world bosses, and then we could do a couple of runs of PvP. So right now I don't have an Obelisk on her. We're going to go ahead and throw a Mighty CTP of Rage on her, because her skills are kind of delayed. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take her into World Boss Legend. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use Captain Marvel on stage 34 of Kang, where you need human female. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and use this team, Captain Marvel. She will be getting a buff from White Fox. But if you don't have White Fox, then you could do Shuri and Taskmaster. Alright. Yeah. So, but we're going to use White Fox. Alright, so let's go ahead and give her some female characters, and I'm going to see how well she does on this floor. So, with her being level 80, Kang is the highest World Boss Legend she could do, because World Boss Legend Plus, as you know, they have to be tier 4 only. So, just going to try to see what she could do on this stage. Now, she could go higher, but she would definitely have to be tier 4. Okay. Now, the rotation is 5, 3, delay 4. Okay, so pretty decent. And the tier 3 is cancel easily. Okay, not too bad damage. Kang still has the best World Boss Legend music in the game. Okay. Nice. So that took 49 minutes or 49 seconds, which is very good. Now, granted, her other uniform, the Marvel's uniform, is going to be just a little bit better, but alright, nice. Not too bad. She is flying through the floor, which is very nice. Love to see it. Okay, well, still got hit, but That's fine. There we go. And it is over. Very nice. So 2:13 left on the clock. Very nice. So not too shabby. So like I said, she's okay. Let's see. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, let's see how well this team does. Now I do have just swapped her CTP over to a Mighty Conquest. So we're gonna see how well she performs with that at level 80. Now granted, she does not have penetration until she gets her tier 3, but okay. She's hanging on. Okay, she got the first kill on Sentry using her 4th skill. She used the 3rd skill, okay. The 4th, okay, nice. That 4th skill and then a 3rd, okay. Alright, she got her tier 3 up. It's penetration. Can she do her skill? She does the 4. Pop the 3. What are you doing? Okay. She's hanging in there with Noel. This will be the accurate test on testing level 80s, non-tier 3s, against other non-tier 4 characters. So, okay, she's hanging in there. She's not hitting her 3rd skill, though. She's hitting the 4. Wow, she's going toe-to-toe with a tier 3 Noel. Wow. Now, granted, he's not level 80, but still, it's Noel. So, alright. She has a tier. Oh, nice. So she took out, and she took out Silver Surfer. Alright, she has her immortality up. Okay, so she's gone. Okay, Weapon Head's cleaned that up. Okay, so not too shabby. Not too shabby. Like I said, tier 3 level 80s. You'll definitely want to test them out against other level 80s tier 3s instead of tier 4s, because that's not going to cut it. I'm sorry. It's not going to cut it. That was not bad. That was not bad. So we're going to farm for another one and see how well she does with that one. Okay. Went through a whole bunch of them. They all have tier 4s. We could try to see how well she does against this level 80 tier 3 Noel or Wolverine. Hopefully they start out instead of the tier 4 Sentry. So we're going to go against this team right here. Hopefully Noel or Wolverine starts out first. So okay, Wolverine starts out first. So he does have the immortality also. Okay, she triggered it. Oh, okay, nice. It wasn't a 6-star. Nice. Okay. Wow. She just took out a tier 4 Sentry. Get out of here. She has a Conquest, a Mighty Conquest. Can she take him out? Can she do it? Okay, she just popped her Iframe Ignore, which is nice. Can she hang in there? She popped her tier 3. She did it. She did it. Wow. Okay, she just triggered Noel's 4-star passive. It's not an artifact, it's a 4-star passive. Okay. She's hanging in. She just, oh man. Wow. Now granted, Wolverine had a 3-star artifact, which gave him only 3 seconds of immortality, which was clutch. But she took out a tier 4 Sentry. Get out of here. Wow. All right, we're gonna try that team one more time. Alright, so Storm Shadow. Alright, we're going to test this again. I did find a couple more that I do want to test out. But first, let's go ahead and see if she can replicate that one more time. Now, like I said, this is a Mighty CTP of Conquest. So, that was crazy. Okay. Trigger the artifact. Okay, nice. Okay. Pop the 4 skill. Third, okay. Wow. Let's see what he has. Okay, he has a Conquest. Wow. Okay, she's hanging in there. Okay, she got her tier 3 up. Took him out. Just like that. Like I said, that tier 3 does have penetration. 65%. So if she can last till she gets her tier 3. Alright, she triggered the 4-star passive. Can she get the kill? Wow. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. So we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to call it a wrap. But looking okay. So we're going to go up against this guy right here. Level 80, Silver Surfer, Tier 4 Null, and a Sentry. Okay, we're going to see. We're going to see. If she can at least get knockout Silver Surfer and at least one life of Null or Sentry, I'll be fine with that. So I may just tier 4 her at Black Friday if we get a tier 4 selector. Just saying. So I was thinking about tier 4 her anyway. So, alright, here we go. Okay, she took out Silver Surfer. Alright, he triggered the undead passive. So she has 7 seconds. She's going to die anyway. So, dang. Dang. Silver Surfer triggered her undead passive that quick. Man, just because of the reflect. That was the only reason why. But she took Silver Surfer out and almost got, well, didn't even come close to Null. Alright. But I was impressed. Like I said, level 80, Captain Marvel. These are the stats. Everything except for crit rate and dodge are capped. Those are the Odins. They're not awakened or anything. Do have a 4-star artifact. And I did have a Mighty CTP of Conquest during that timeline battle testing. Alright, and it is not a great roll, but it's decent. So, and the wall could have been 20% increase in max HP, but it was at 50. And the wall damage reduction was at 70. So, but she didn't do too bad in that. Didn't do too bad. And the uniform could have had double HP to give her a little bit more tankiness with that, but it was at an energy attack. So, like I said, if you don't have the zombie weapon hex uniform, which will cost you $20 US when the seasonals come back, that's how much it will cost, because they will give you like tokens for free. But if you don't have, if you're free to play, then I would kind of say skip this uniform. Probably the only zombie uniform you would probably want to get then would be Wanda, because you don't use Wanda in PvP. But other than that though, if you do have weapon hex, then you can kind of make her work. Especially if you're going to tier 4 her. Like I said, it does increase her energy attack, and she gets an extra HP bump. So that is the showcase in PvE and PvP, Captain Marvel. I was decently impressed, not gonna lie, but like I said, that's the only way you could like kind of see where she is in PvP against other level tier 3 80s or whatever, because going against tier 4s, some tier 4s anyway, that's going to obliterate them. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all guys think of Captain Marvel Zombies. Really, I do like the aesthetics of it. Not gonna lie, after I watched the show, she's decent or whatever. But let me know what y'all guys think. Smash that like button. Hit me in the comment box down below. And subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next one.